Surya Kiran, GTA Real Estate Marketing Strategist, and this is a special show where I bring top producer to share their struggles and secrets of success. As you know, the name of the show is Confessions of Seven-Figure Realtors. Let's see who is the special guest with us today. So excited today with me. There is a special guest. It's Sterling Wong. He is the founder and the broker of record of Search Realty and a mortgage company as well under Search Realty as well. He is managing a team of 350 plus agents and so much more. And then the brokerage itself is been the best place, one of the best places to work in Canada. And what else? So many things, and fastest growing company of the Canada as well. So Sterling, how you did that all? Tell me a little bit about that.
Thank you. Yeah. How we became the fastest growing brokerage?
Yeah, anything. Like, I'm so excited, like how within 15 years of the career, you achieved a lot. That is so amazing.
Yeah, thank you. I guess, everything kind of roots from lead generation. That's our value proposition. And layering on top of that, that's generally the main meat and potatoes.
Well, we'll go to those things, how you did that, but let me know more about like who Sterling is as a person. So share a little bit about your, like, were you born in Canada, or what is the background, if may I ask?
Sure. I was born in Brampton and grew up in Cambridge. And in 2007, I moved from Cambridge to Mississauga and to start my real estate career. But prior to that, in 2005, I was a mortgage agent, and 2007, registered with RE/MAX. And from there, I learned the ins and outs of Google. I became obsessed with the results. When somebody types in, key phrases such as Mississauga homes for sale, every result that you clicked on was my website. And I just kind of harnessed that and grew, started from, one buyer agent and so on.
That's cool. So tell me, like, what brought you into real estate actually? Is it your first career, or you tried different things, then you came into real estate?
Well, every time I did finish 3 college diplomas, and after every one, I tried getting a job. I couldn't get a job. Everybody wanted experience, so I kind of go back to school. I couldn't get a job, and then became a mortgage agent first, and then a real estate agent second. It was kind of the natural progression, and then I just kind of.
Did somebody inspire you to join real estate, or that was like wholly like your own decision, or you admire somebody like?
No, I think it was just, I don't know, I guess it was just the thought of being self-employed, because it was very difficult for me to work for someone. So I knew real estate, you made your own rules and your own hours. So that was the main thing that attracted me. Mm-hmm. And everything else after that was pretty much a survival game. I just had to work as hard as I can just to, pay the bills type thing.
Yeah. So did you ever think in your early years that you did a wrong decision, you should quit, you should do some other job, something like that? Tell me about your early years.
Yeah, well, when I left RE/MAX, my manager there was saying that, you don't want to do this, it's going to be a lot of headaches, and I didn't really know what they were saying until, a couple of years into Search Realty. I was like, oh, okay, now I know why they're saying that, because, you get all that headache. I thought that you had to have a brokerage to be a 7th level agent or a 7-figure agent, but you don't. I found that out later, but by that time I was too pot committed, and quitting wasn't an option at that point.
But in the early years, like when you were just starting real estate, and that's what you thought, like you'll be so free, and then you will be making your own schedule and all those things. So in early years, like how did you overcome when you were struggling, or how you kept going in those years?
I was fortunate enough, as soon as I got into real estate, I did exhaust my friends and family very quickly. And then I teamed up with a fellow named Mark Argentino, and he was #1 in Google for a lot of real estate key phrases. and that kind of opened my eyes to see how many leads is possible online, because he kept on getting them 1 second after another, and I thought, wow, this is really scalable, and that kind of, gave me the idea.
So that's cool. Like, so now you're in your own word. If I ask you, like, how you are different than other realtors, what Sterling has, like, the other realtor don't have, because in 15 years you're wildly successful, but people like hardly close like 10 to 12 leads, even like less than 20% are the ones. So what you think is your key differentiator that makes you set like different from them?
Right. I think the one aspect was having a consistent flow of leads. That was a main factor. The other factor would be something I call the unteachables. So if I say I'm going to call you tomorrow at 8, I actually call you at 8. And that reflects high level of customer service, honesty, integrity, and that,
So you mean like a follow-up, to the point follow-up. Not only the lead generation, but if the follow-up is off, that will never work, right?
Yeah, and you just have to convey the trust. Conveying trust is big in sales, and I think I'm a genuine person, so maybe that's why things work.
Anything you want to share, like for your early years when you were like down or you don't want to move forward, like anything, any story like you want to share to inspire the realtors who are watching this show?
Well, I think one important factor is just never to quit. And real estate is not a get-rich-quick scheme. You get whatever you get put in, you're going to get, you're going to get the results if you put the work in. That's probably the biggest, and with lead generation. So you need to have something to work with.
That's good. So tell me about, like, after how many years you thought now you should build a team, and now it's a time to build a brokerage?
Yeah, so when I was generating leads on Google, so the first year in real estate, I made 150, the second year 200,000, and then I hired my first buyer agent, Alper, who's still with us today. He's one of our managers now. And just seeing that the online lead generation, I was able to scale my business and have a steady flow of business. Then I was like, okay, let's keep growing this because it is measurable and scalable.
Mm-hmm. So like how many years, like after 4 years or 3 years, like when you start building your team after being a realtor?
I would say roughly 2-3 years. I was still at Remax, and that's when I hired my first assistant and buyer agent. Then in 2012, that's when I started to search Realty.
We'll be back after a short break, and we will be asking more questions that you want to hear, actually. Tell me, like, what do you think most of the realtors fails? You know, like 80% fails just first year, another 5 or 7% over the period of 5 years, and numbers are very bad. I know there is 80-20 rule, but realtors join it with the passion that they want to have an entrepreneurial life and they want to work according to their own schedule. Then why they still fail? Mm-hmm. What do you think is the biggest reason?
Well, I think realtors need to realize very fast that they are essentially a small business. And with small businesses, they need a constant flow of leads, a constant flow of business. So for me, I didn't want to be that guy who, harassed my friends and family at the dinner table asking for referrals, and I didn't want to do the door knocking thing. And I remember a quote from Bill Gates saying that the internet is like a tidal wave, and if your business doesn't know how to swim in this tidal wave, you're going to be washed away. So every business needs to be online, and that's kind of where the focus should be.
And I think I will add to it, like most of the realtors don't understand it's like another business, and every business has marketing department, different departments. They just want to treat it as a job, but they want to have the outcome like as business. They want to have income and profit like a business, but don't want to treat it as a business, right? That's, I think, you meant to say that.
Yeah, they need to realize that right away.
So what is your say about when the realtors are saying they don't choose any niche, they just say I sell, buy, invest, lease, I do everything. So how important is for them is to choose a niche in the real estate? What do you say about that?
Well, I think that with you know, there's so many agents out there, 60,000 I think they're saying in Trev now, and at the beginning, just try to do as much business as you can. That's what I tell an agent if they were to ask me. Do as much business as you can, and then you'll find a niche after you do as many business as you can. Because right now you need cash flow, you need to you need to stay afloat first, and then I feel that a niche is a luxury that a lot of agents can't.
Yeah, I think
afford.
Maybe after doing few deals, they themselves maybe can feel like these kind of people I'm enjoying working with. So
If you have that option and you're having, you know, all these different streams of leads, luxury leads, pre-construction leads, then you could pick and choose. But if you only have, you know, pre-construction leads, you don't really have a choice. You kind of have to just do pre-construction.
So what you will say about if some realtors just take a license today and he want to be known as or want to become a luxury real estate agent, want to sell like high-end properties, is it possible?
It all depends on the agent's background, what kind of network they have behind them, and what kind of capital they have behind them. So if you have those kind of marketing dollars and you have that network, then sure.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a big point. Like maybe somebody is already living in a circle or network where they are like luxury family members or all those people already know you, then it's easy for you. Otherwise, I think it's challenging, or you spend so much on the marketing. What do you say about branding and stuff, like from the marketing point of view, how important it is to people to know you as a brand?
Yeah, so yeah, if we look at marketing dollars, I break it out into kind of two primary forms of marketing. You have the primary marketing, which is lead generation, business today, and then you have the secondary form of marketing, which would be branding, remarketing, retargeting, such as the billboard ads type thing. So if you only have a certain tiny budget, don't spend it on secondary forms of marketing. Don't be putting out billboards, because that billboard, you're not going to expect your phone to ring. Yes, yes. From the billboard, right?
Very clearly you said that actually. You made it so clear, even like I can explain it very easily now in future to the people. So if I ask you if you have $100, how you will divide? You have option to choose TV, radio, and the social media, and what other things can be like, yeah, mainly TV, radio, and social media. So how you will divide, or maybe billboards and buses as well, how you will divide your $100?
Yeah, I would do none of those, none of the above. I would spend it on lead generation. That's going to be the highest ROI on your dollar.
So when you talk about lead generation, it's mostly focused on Google, Facebook, Instagram, or you just doing mixture of all that?
Yeah, so if you look at a lead from an agent's eyes, you see name, number, and email. But the key component is the intent. So if this name, number, and email was captured on a weight loss website, or let's say Facebook, you're going through your friends' photos.
Facebook is an interruption, yeah.
But you're not going to be like, oh, I'm looking through these photos, I want to buy a home right now. That's why the Facebook leads are generally lower cost, but they're these people are at the beginning of the moving cycle. Yeah. They're still in the research phase. Versus Google, like to an agent, they're just seeing the name, number, and email. But here, somebody's typing in Google, I'm looking for a 3-bedroom home in Mississauga with a pool. Yeah. So as per Google, chances are that guy's looking for a 3-bedroom home in Mississauga. Right? So when you're comparing leads to an agent, name, number, and email, they look exactly the same. So you have to be able to trust and know where your lead provider is capturing the lead. So you essentially want to capture the lead deeper in the sales cycle, so then your prospecting time is reduced. Yeah, yeah.
You explained it very well. That's very, very, very valid and useful point for a lot of realtors who are just doing lead generation. They don't understand. I think in the Facebook, the cycle is more than 6 months even.
Yeah,
they're very early in the stage for looking for that.
Yeah, that's it's reflected in the cost, and if we put it all in the graph, everything is kind of works together. So Facebook, cheaper leads, but they're also at the beginning of the time cycle versus a Google, like a nice, well thought out Google ad campaign. It's going to be generally more expensive, but they're deeper in the sales cycle. And if you only have a certain amount of hours in the day, and you want to focus your time on the people who are ready to move.
If we say in our GTA, like there's so much less properties to be sold in the market and so many buyers looking to buy, in this situation, it's very difficult for the realtors to close enough deals. So what you will say like they should be doing in this situation so they can close a decent number of deals every year, because every agent cannot be a listing agent, or they're limited to listings. Not everybody can have those.
Yeah, so everything comes back to lead generation. You need an abundance of leads. That's basically what it comes down to.
Yeah, I think the realtors who are spending heavily or good enough on their marketing budget, they have that. They will be the one winning it, right?
Yeah. If somebody's got 1,000 leads and somebody only has one, then
Yes,
statistically.
for sure. But I think the mostly challenge I saw in realtors when they are early in their real estate career, they don't have that much money to invest in their systems. So what you will say to them, what you will tell them, like if you don't have even budget, now everybody want to do Google leads and stuff.
Yeah.
But they don't have, like Google is little expensive than Facebook. How they should do that? How they do marketing if they don't have any money? You have to invest in the business.
Yeah, so that's exactly why I started Search Realty. It was so then the average person could join Search Realty and be successful with no money, no network. So we start every agent off with 100 leads, free leads, and then that kind of gives you the opportunity to snowball that.
Yeah, share a little bit more about how your brokerage is different than other brokerages.
Sure, yeah. So we have leads on demand. So an agent can get a lead in any city on demand in any quantity, and we've layered that with support on demand. You're going to trust your lead provider with the leads because name, number, and email. They look exactly the same. The leads, the online lead reputation is a negative one, right? So we've tried to clean that reputation up, and with the lead generation, a big key component that separates us is, well, one, we've been doing research and development since 2007, before most of these tech companies even started. And because we consider ourselves a real estate first and tech second. So we know the intricacies an agent goes through to convert a lead. So if you were to, as soon as a lead enters our system, we see the device they're on, time of day, and then the keyword that they came in on. And then for a lead company, they're just trying to fulfill the lead order. So it stops there. But we see the lead through until it closes. Mm-hmm. So all the ones that close, we work backwards and see, where did this guy come from? Male, female, Android, iPhone, and then we focus our marketing dollars on that. And then we just get higher quality leads deeper in the sales cycle.
I get it. What you're saying, I think it's what get measured is get improved. So you know your numbers and you can see what is really working and you can invest more in that.
Yeah, and everything is measurable. So we have ratios for everything, and just so then, if you work backwards, if you know you need to make 250,000, you work backwards. Okay, I know I need to make by 50 leads a month. I know I need to make 30 calls a day, 10 appointments a week, and everything's just all laid out.
Do you also provide in your brokerage the trainings for the realtors that how to close those leads?
Absolutely, yes. We have Search University, we have coaches ready, and we have even our agent community has grown quite a bit, and even outside, there's quite a big group, and it's outside of management as well. So they kind of have a nice tight-knit bond there.
Mm-hmm. That's nice.
Yeah, so the training from A to Z, scripts, presentations, objection handling, A to Z.
I saw your stuff. I also steal your things sometimes.
Yeah, no problem.
So you want to tell a little bit to the realtors who are just changing brokerages here and there, what can make it easy for them to make a right choice?
Right, so when you look at brokerage as an industry, they all fall under three silos. So you have the discount brokerages, the 100%, the Writer Homes, the iPros, and then you have the branded ones. These generally have a higher monthly fee. The Remaxes, Royal Pages, and then you have the boutiques. They usually specialize in a niche, location, or they're led by a rainmaker. So you kind of have to see. So if we look at the discounted ones, we always say, what's 100% of nothing? So for a new agent, you still need, keeping 100% of your commission is great, but you still need business.
Yeah.
With the brand one, technology has gone so far that everyone's questioning the brand and what their brokerage is providing. So 20 years ago, you could hide behind a brand and let the walk-in traffic, get some leads, but that's constantly being challenged today. And with the niche, the boutiques, if it was a brokerage that does pre-construction only, I would say don't just go pigeonhole yourself to this brokerage, because any brokerage could get pre-construction leads.
Yeah.
The rainmaker ones, you can't scale that business, right? And nobody can grow off a 50-50 split. Training ones, you could get training anywhere. You don't need to go to a brokerage to get training. The multi-level marketing ones, those business models never worked in Canada. You kind of, are you my friend or are you trying to recruit me? So everything comes back to leads, because that's going to pay the bills.
Yeah, I think I'm learning a lot from you as well. That will be very helpful. Like there are three kind of main kind of website, three kind of models actually that they have. The person has to decide like what their end goal is. According to that, choose the brokerage, right? And as you mentioned, like for the scaling wise, in the initial years, you need some trainings as well. But of course, like which brokerage is providing you more support and lead, and then the split is also decent enough that you don't feel like not getting anything at home, taking anything at home, right?
Yeah, and unfortunately I've seen agents make some poor business decisions, but the discount one seems to be very attractive, but you kind of have to see, you get what you pay for.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about like what are your future goals to grow, and what your big things are coming up at the Search Realty in coming years?
Yeah, so right now we've had a lot of demand for franchising, so we'll be franchising Search Realty and Search Mortgage. So a lot of people said, if I had a brokerage that provided leads, then I would do so. I would grow it so big. So giving everybody the opportunity to grow a brokerage, and they can provide leads and bring agents in. Because if you look at the franchise industry, you can't buy a Baskin Robbins and they give you leads.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting.
So like a lot of new franchises of Search Realty are coming up?
We haven't started selling them yet. We're still working with lawyers, and we're just finalizing that right now.
So right now it's like Search Realty is focused only on GTA, or it's out of in other provinces as well?
Southern Ontario right now. We do have some partners throughout Canada, but franchising is going to be a way to expand.
Mm-hmm. So when we're seeing that?
Probably next quarter.
Cool. That's best of luck and the best wishes for that. Anything you want to share at the end with the realtors who are watching this show? I think they got so much value. They learned a lot. I learned a lot. Anything you want to tell them more at the end?
I would say, this is what at the beginning of Search University we always say, starting off, get rid of the people that are saying you can't do it, you'll never make it. Get rid of those people. Find out your whys. Your whys is what's going to get you through to the end. Whether you want to do it to support your family, pay for your kids' education, focus on the why. That's going to get you through the speed bumps, and the money is going to come eventually afterwards. And also, never quit, and find a lead generation company or generate leads yourself.
That's very nice. Like you said it all. But I want to ask one more thing before we go. So can you just share a little bit how you stay positive? Do you have certain routine that you follow, or a few things to do in the morning, or gym or exercise? Just share a little bit about what you do to keep yourself fit, and not only physically but mentally as well.
Well, definitely need to work on the physical aspect. I've just been so busy, but just moving forward, I know that with Realtor, when I was an agent, I had a lot more free time than being a broker owner, but just keep him busy, stay busy. There's always something to do in real estate. You know, you just don't hang out in the Tim Hortons parking lot. You got stuff to do. There's always something to do.
So you do something in the morning, something in the morning routine you follow? Because I know like sometimes it's very stressful job anyways, like when the realtors are working, mortgage is stuck and the closing date is here. So how you tackle with the stress when you have, maybe that's...
Yeah, I kind of relieve the stress on the weekends, but I'm a workhorse. As soon as I roll out of bed, I'm working. I work just nonstop, and I don't have time to think about you know, the luxuries of reading the newspaper. I just work.
No need to. No. That's other people's agenda.
That's it. Just.
So how about like a family life, family work balance, like how you spend time with your family?
Yeah, so ever since COVID, you know, I'm working from home, and so I see my family every day and all the time. But yeah, I do try to shut off at a certain time and the weekends, and that's where I kind of balance everything out.
Okay. So Sterling, the time 20 years back, things were very different, and nowadays everything is changing so fast. Technology is changing every day something new. So now, what it takes in nowadays, like today's age, for someone who want to be a 7-figure realtor, what do you think they need or it takes?
Right. Yes, I think technology is a big component, and don't let technology take over you. You take over technology. Don't spend your time on social media. Get somebody to do social media for you. With social media, you know, having that follower in Miami isn't going to help you. If you're selling a product, you could probably mail that product out to them. But because real estate is very local, you can't scale a lead generation based off social media. And if you are doing the technology, let's say if you're doing door knocking, layer it with technology. If you're doing flyer drops, layer it with technology. Add a landing page or something like that too.
Yeah, so that you can track it, have the data.
And as you know, Search Realty, we offer over $20,000 worth of technology a year to help agents do the heavy lifting for you. I call it fractals. On the surface, we just sell homes, but if you took a deeper dive, you'd see that we have systems upon systems upon systems.
Very well said. Like, I love this line. Don't technology get over you. What was the line?
Yeah, don't let technology control you. You
control the technology. It's very important because it's to help you to grow business fast. So if you are not using systems, strategies, and all these automations, you are wasting your precious time on the things that are not making you money at the first place. So maybe let the system take care of it, or maybe hire somebody who is good at doing it and then pay them, and then you focus on closing, showing, and building relationships.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. Yeah, time is our enemy. So if you see an app, $5 a month, but it'll save you an hour a week, get it.
Yeah. That's all from our side. Thank you very much coming by here and sharing such a nuggets. We just so many information, and I hope like a lot of realtor who saw this today and will be learning a lot. And if you have any question, I think you can put under the show, and you can tag Sterling if he saw that, he can reply you that. Thank you very much. Take care.